Elon Musk wasn't born in Silicon Valley or raised in a garage tinkering with code. He was born in 1971 in Pretoria, South Africa, into a world of deep racial segregation, political unrest, and quiet privilege. His father, Elon Musk, was a wealthy electromechanical engineer, and his mother, May, a Canadian-born model and dietitian. The Musk household was anything but ordinary and far from peaceful. From an early age, Elon was deeply introverted, often described as in his own world. He would sometimes stare off into space for so long that his parents thought he was deaf. What they didn't realize was that he was obsessively thinking about space, science, computers, and the nature of reality. He read encyclopedias for fun and devoured science fiction. But this inner world became a refuge because the outer one was brutal. School was a nightmare. Musk was relentlessly bullied, beaten so badly he once had to be hospitalized. He was small, awkward, and often the smartest kid in the room, which made him a target. He once said, "I was almost beaten to death. If you have never been punched in the nose, you have no idea how bad that is." And it wasn't just school. Elon's relationship with his father was troubled and complex. While Errol was successful and brilliant in his own right, Elon has called him a terrible human being. Friends and family described Errol as emotionally abusive, manipulative, and domineering. There are even rumors, which Elon hasn't fully denied, that Errol once owned part of an emerald mine in Zambia, a detail that's sparked endless debate about whether Elon was truly self-made. Still, Elon's interests gave him escape. At age 10, he discovered computers. By 12, he had taught himself programming and sold his first game, called Blaster, for $500. That little transaction marked the beginning of what would become an obsession with technology, innovation, and creating things the world had never seen. As he approached adulthood, Elon wanted out of South Africa. He was eligible for Canadian citizenship through his mother and jumped at the chance to leave behind apartheid, trauma, and the military service he was expected to complete. At 17, he arrived in Canada with almost nothing, just a backpack and a belief that the US was the land of opportunity. He did odd jobs on farms, worked in a boiler room, and slept on a cousin's couch. Eventually, he enrolled at Queen's University, then transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, earning degrees in economics and physics. But Elon didn't come to North America to get a job. He came to build empires. In 1995, he dropped out of a Stanford PhD program after just 2 days to launch his first startup, Zip2. Along with his brother Kimball, Elon developed software to help newspapers offer online city guides, a primitive version of Google Maps meets Yelp. He slept in the office and showered at the local YMCA. In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for $37 million. Elon walked away with $22 million at age 27. Instead of retiring, he launched X.com, an online bank that would eventually merge with Peter Thiel's company to become PayPal. Musk was ambitious, sometimes erratic, and obsessed with product decisions, traits that caused friction with the board. He was ousted as CEO in a boardroom coup while on vacation. It was one of the first major betrayals in a career filled with them. Still, when PayPal was sold to eBay in 2002, Elon made $180 million from the deal. Now financially secure but bruised, Musk could have quit. Instead, he doubled down, risking everything again. He poured his fortune into 3 industries most people considered impossible to break into: space, energy, and transportation. First came SpaceX, then Solar City, and finally, Tesla. The truth is, Elon Musk didn't create Tesla from scratch. The company was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning in 2003. Musk joined soon after as an investor, putting in $6.5 million and becoming chairman of the board. But it didn't take long for power struggles to begin. Musk was forceful, demanding, and often at odds with the original founders. Eventually, he took control and rewrote Tesla's history, positioning himself as its primary founder. It was a controversial move, but one that stuck. Under Musk's leadership, Tesla struggled for years. It faced production hell, financial near collapse, and relentless criticism. Musk himself was sleeping on factory floors, working 100-hour weeks, and burning through capital at a terrifying pace. But eventually, things began to turn. The Roadster caught attention. The Model S changed perceptions. And today, Tesla is one of the most valuable car companies in the world. Not because it builds cars, but because it redefined what a car could be. Elon Musk's story isn't just about rockets and electric vehicles. It's about obsession, isolation, reinvention, and defiance. He was raised in a complicated home, driven by demons both real and imagined, and shaped by rejection as much as by privilege. Whether you see him as a visionary or a villain, one thing is certain. Elon Musk never followed the rules. He broke them, rewrote them, and built his empire on what most people thought was impossible.